A highly skilled CIA military combatant and investigator, Parker is on a mission in Syria with her friend Spider, when she is called by the sheriff of her hometown and ex-lover, Jesse Swan, informing her that her father, Harry, has died in a mining accident. Parker is shown to be a skilled agent, trained in hand-to-hand combat, and experienced in the field against the most hostile enemy agents. Parker stops her unit leader from eliminating captured terrorists and stands up to him. The unit leader asks for Parker to be transferred out of the unit, but Spider hacks his email and deletes that request. Parker returns to her hometown, Creation, New Mexico, for her father's funeral. Jesse tries to present evidence to Parker that Harry might have committed suicide, but Parker refuses to believe it. Parker says that she intends to leave town after the funeral as there is nothing for her here. She goes to settle affairs with Harry's bar named Maria's. Parker meets with friend and manager of the bar, Mike, and investigates the mine, where Harry was found dead buried under the debris, deducing that Harry's death was not an accident. She finds evidence that the debris was generated as a result of a grenade blast, and Harry knew how to handle explosives, meaning that he was killed. Parker notices that the mine has a few new security cameras installed which back up their recordings directly to the cloud. At a bar, Parker gets into a confrontation with Jesse's younger brother Elvis and later rescues a hardware store owner from thieves. She noticed a stolen car with a machine gun in the back and followed it. Parker witnesses Elvis and his henchmen firing weapons, like an RPG launcher, and snooping on her family property. Parker cannot figure out how Elvis has access to military-grade weapons. When calling Spider to investigate, he finds that Elvis is a weapons dealer on the dark web who supplies arms to terrorists. Parker also asks Spider to find the CCTV footage from the mine, for the time when her dad died. Based on Spider's inputs, Parker trails Elvis and finds him demonstrating and delivering weapons to domestic customers. He even promises to arrange 5 RPGs for $1.5 million. While reconnecting with Jesse, Parker meets his father and senator, Ezekiel Swan, who is running for re-election. Parker breaks into Jesse's office at night and takes pictures of the file and the evidence on Harry. Later, after Harry's funeral, Parker meets with Jesse and Ezekiel at their compound before Spider messages to inform her that Elvis's men are trespassing in Harry's mine. She confronts them and they burn down her bar. One of Elvis's henchmen burns the bar down to distract Parker from killing Elvis. This leads to the death of the henchman and Parker being arrested. Jesse confronts Elvis about the incident, revealing that Elvis had been using Harry's mine to take weapons from a nearby military depot. They had managed to access an underground tunnel and start secretly funneling weapons out to sell them to arms dealers, funding Ezekiel's campaign and helping Jesse become sheriff. When Harry had found out, Jesse killed him, and the Swans blamed it on a mine collapse, which Harry triggered as he lay dying. Elvis says that Parker already knows too much and needs to be eliminated. Jesse offers to buy out Parker's property for $5 million and asks her to go back to her life. But Parker says that she has footage of what the Swan did and admonishes Jesse for trying to convince her that Harry committed suicide. Ezekiel orders them to stop arguing, dictates that the arms dealing will continue, and has Jesse kill Parker's lawyer. After killing the lawyer, Jesse lets Ezekiel and Elvis into the holding cells, where they tie up and beat Parker, attempting to obtain the security footage from the mine. She escapes from the cells in a police cruiser, crashing in a field on Mike's property. Mike and his mother hide Parker so she can recover in his secret weed lab, while Elvis confronts them, threatening to burn down the property if they don't produce her. After 3 days of recovery, Parker tries to warn the senior officer at the weapons depot about the arms thefts, but his staff hangs up on her. Eager for payback, and with the assistance of family friends Mo and Frank, Parker collects enough weapons to wage her own war on the Swans. Ghost, a Timothy McVeigh-like domestic terrorist wanted for the murder of at least 37 Americans, has paid the Swans hundreds of thousands of dollars in advance for stolen weapons, and they aren't delivered thanks to Parker's interference. When pressed on the matter, Ezekiel admits he already spent the money on his re-election campaign. Parker infiltrates the Swan compound and confronts Ezekiel, getting answers for what happened to her father before killing him. Harry had discovered what the mine was being used for. He went to block the mine and was followed. Jesse shot him in the back, and Harry pulled the pin on a grenade to trigger the cave-in. Spider arrives at the mines to assist Parker, but encounters Ghost's thugs. Parker explodes a weapons truck to distract the thugs, allowing her and Spider to kill them and also detonate all the weapons inside the military storage room from which the Swans were stealing before she stabs Elvis to death. Mo, Frank, and Parker's family friends arrive in the mines to help her see her mission through, discovering the military depot exit, which was used by Jesse to enter the depot to steal the RPGs for Ghost. Jesse arrives with a grenade in his hand, desperate to take control of the situation. Parker offers to help him, but he realizes there's no happy ending for him and he shoves her away before blowing himself up. With the Swan family dead, Parker is able to move on with her life. A month later, Parker and Spider are driving cross-country to return to their CIA jobs when Mikey video calls, with an update on the advanced progress of work to rebuild and reopen Maria's.